Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Wheel of Pain. In the last episode, we had the one before rotation, obviously kicked in on live, where we said goodbye to a lot of our candidates. So we've lost around about 30 Pokemon from the wheel. I'm sad to see some of them go, because I really wanted to play some of them for videos, well, this series and everything. But obviously now we have 3 new candidates from the Perfect Order set. The new Yveltal, Lapras, and Salazzle, which I'm hoping my sister gets the Salazzle because it's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is pretty bad.
It is pretty bad. Like, Yveltal, you could probably, you could probably make it work with like a spread deck. But
I pulled that twice in my Perfect Order openings. I bought an ETB in a booster box, and I got 2 Yveltals.
Yeah, you could make it work. But yeah, the Lapras, with obviously Baxcalibur gone, that's going to make things very tricky. But I think I have a way around it. But anyway, so since my sister lost the last... Well, in fact, no, I lost the last episode of the Wheel of Pain.
You lost the last
I lost it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you go first. Well, no, it wasn't the Oikalone. It was... what
Game 1, it was Oikalone.
It
was
the
Pikachu EX.
Yeah. And obviously
but
now...
I threw in Oikalone.
You could have obviously played Light Ball, would have been pretty interesting, but
it would have been, but hey ho.
It's fine. So I'm going to make you go first, so I'll spin the wheel for you first. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And obviously, as usual, sister will read the card out. And you get...
Iron Boulder?
Salamence.
Salamence.
That's a pretty strong card, I know that.
Right.
But it is... One of the builds that I know of is kind of dead because of rotation.
Okay. Yeah, so I know this card because it is used in Expanded for Regidrago. That's how I know it. Okay, so Salamence EX, 320 HP, stage 2. For a fire and 2 colorless, it does Wide Blast, which does 50 to every benched Pokemon on your opponent's side of the board. And then for a, brace yourselves, for a fire, a water, and 2 colorless, it does Dragon Impact for 300 damage, and then you have to discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. And obviously, because it's a Dragon type, there's no weakness or resistance on it, and it's just a 2 retreat cost. So
I think this is the first time as well we've actually had a Dragon type featured in this wheel.
Yeah, I think so.
If memory serves. So since obviously there is Lilith Clefairy in the format, if I do pull a Psychic, I will not use Clefairy because that's boring. I don't really want... I want actually this to be a little bit fair. So I will not use Lilith Clefairy if I happen to get a Psychic type, which there are a few Psychics on this wheel, but just thought I'd clear that up. Anywho, let's spin the wheel and see what I get. Hopefully something good, because unlucky for some 13 definitely made that a bit more troublesome. Ooh, Hydreigon! Ooh. Ooh, this will be fun.
Now, this is obviously not the Terra Hydreigon.
No.
Everyone would probably know.
But I have a build in mind for this guy.
I'm intrigued to see it, because wait till I read out the card for you guys, folks. So, Hydreigon EX, 330 HP, stage 2 EX, so level playing field there. It has an ability called Greedy Eater, which says if your opponent's basic Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an attack used by this Pokemon, take 1 more prize card. So it's like an amp, in a way, but only for basics. And then, for 3 dark energy and 2 colorless energy, so 5 energy total, it does Dark Bite for 200 damage, and it says during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. So it's basically clutch, or, a
very powerful clutch, mind you.
And it is weak to grass, so no grass tech for me, and it has a free retreat cost, as in free.
The number 3.
Not 3 as in 0.
Well, this is going to be a very interesting showdown. A battle of the stage 2s, both of which take a lot of energy to set up. But at the same time, I can take extra prizes, whereas you can't. And you would need damage mods to actually take out my... Well, I would need damage mods anyway, but you need damage mods to take out my Hydreigon. So I have a list saved for a different deck, but I'm pretty certain I can turn it into a Hydreigon version. So I think this is going to be a fun one. So, we're going to go off, make our decks as per normal, and we'll see you shortly. And welcome to our first match. Neither of us this time are actually very confident, but I'm trialing something that I was going to do for a video at some point. And looks like I get the coin flip not in my favour, so you get to choose whether you go first or second.
Cool. Well, once it loads on my screen, there it is. I'm going to go first.
Okay. Let's see what we've got, because there's a lot of ways in which we could both build these decks. Okay, I have a mulligan.
I have a basic, so
I have a mulligan.
I'll see what info this gives me. Okay, Neo Upper, that kind of makes sense.
I get the best start ever, thanks to this.
Oh, really? Mega Ordino?
Say hello to Mega Ordino.
What is that? Okay, well, all I can do on this opening hand is bench another Bagon, attach for turn, and end my turn.
Do you remember which gen Bagon's from?
Is Gen 4 or 5, I think. No, it's Gen 3.
It is Gen 3. So I'm going to bench 2 dinos. Do I need to bench another one? I don't think so. I'm going to Ultra Ball away Dino and a Dark Energy. And I'm going to grab myself... what do I want to grab, realistically? I've got my dinos down, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'll just grab a Toxel, I think.
Yep, that also makes sense being in this list.
Sorry about that, I just had to turn off my medication alarm, and then we will Kaleido Waltz. So for every heads, I get to, attach energy to my Pokemon. That's acceptable.
So you get 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
Alright.
I'll split them up, because obviously you're not really doing a lot.
Yeah. Okay, well, you say I'm not doing a lot. I hope you're ready for this one.
Oh no.
We are going to Rare Candy into Salamence.
Okay.
EX, obviously. I will then attach Ignition Energy for turn.
Oh, are you kidding me? You're going to Wide Blast?
And I'm going to Wide Blast and spread some damage on that bench.
Yeah, because obviously it doesn't hit the active. Interesting choice with the Ignition Energy, but it makes sense. Okay, well, I'm not really doing a lot. Kaleido Waltz.
Yep.
One. Just the one again. Okay, well, looks like we're thinning you and you. We'll just go bop bop.
Sure.
I'm dead drawing, so... Not really
I mean, I think what we've learned so far from this format is draw supporters are very far and few between.
100%.
Because I'm also just going to attach and pass my turn.
Alright. Come on, deck. That is a Fez, but that's not going to help me because I'm going to be losing 2 dinos. And we'll just Kaleido Waltz to thin the deck.
Yep.
When I say that is 2 tails and a heads in a row, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll thin these out. Put it on the Fez. I'm getting desperate.
Yeah.
You're gonna take 3 prizes here with Wide Blast if you have the energy, which I'm gonna assume you do.
I definitely have the energy. I'm gonna attach, and I'll do Wide Blast, which is gonna knock out 3 of your Pokemon on the bench.
I need to get this ordinary
quite a bit of energy off the board as well.
Yep, which in this format, that's kind of bad. That's kind of bad in this format.
Oh, there's all my supporters. Not even joking, I took 3 supporters off of my prize cards.
Jeez. Yeah, I've got nothing. Game 2.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah, didn't see a single support. I saw 1 supporter, which was Boss's Orders. So, yeah, not a great start. But, let's see if we can redeem ourselves in Game 2. And welcome back to Game 2. That did not go great for me, because I literally did not see a draw supporter at all. So yeah, no matter the coin flip, I want to go second.
Sure.
I think I got it. I think I clicked heads. Yeah. That's fine then.
Alright.
Yeah, not much to really say about that opening match. I couldn't really do anything. Oh my god,
No.
this is an exact duplicate of a mulligan. Okay, sure.
Alright, I'm going first, which is fine.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I kind of want to go first. Oh, I've also got a mully, so...
It's alright then.
Yeah. I don't think it gives away too much though.
Nah,
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
it.
Well, my start is gonna give away what my sort of other tech is in this deck.
Okay. Combuskin, eh? Well, Blaziken. Interesting.
Okay,
You've got
so we are
Blaziken,
going
Monkey
to
Dory, and you've got
open pad.
the dragon. That's interesting.
Yeah, the bag on. And I'm gonna pass from there.
Okay, well, luckily I started Mega Ordino again. Alright, we'll go for a Dawn. Grab ourselves a Dino, as Wireless, and we will grab... Actually, do I need to grab a Wireless now? I will. And we'll grab the boy as well. My other backup attacker is prized, but we will deal with that. I'll Ultra Ball away Fez and Psychic. Grab myself Toxtricity? Yeah, I've definitely prized it. That's annoying. That's fine. What about prizes? Okay, the draw supporters are in the deck this time. At least it should
Good
be.
to know.
So I'll touch Kaleido Waltz.
Yep.
Oh, but are
And
you
again,
kidding
one
me?
heads, two tails.
By the way, folks, that is a 12.5% chance of that happening. we looked into that when we was you know, looking towards our next game.
Okay, we are going to evolve into Shelgon. Now, I'm about to reveal my A spec, which might actually help you. I'm going to pop down Grand Tree.
Yeah, that does help me, actually.
Yeah.
That most definitely does.
So we will get Combuskin, and we will get Blaziken.
Alright. I like the chicken. You've got two Hoenn Pokemon in the same deck. I appreciate it.
Yep. I'll then Quispin.
Yeah, that's our running joke. We use Quispin. It's not actually how, you know, you say it, but still.
Fire off of the Crispin, and we took Water to hand, which we will attach.
And it's
then
Smolder.
we will Smolder Salt for 200 damage.
The
And
next
obviously
turn, you
turn,
cannot attack.
You cannot attack, no.
You can live with that. Alright. I'm pretty certain I had it in deck, so let's Hilda. We do have X, so I'm going to take you. And I might as well thin the extra Hydreigon out. In fact, no, that's a misplay. In fact, can I Grand Tree into a stage 1? I think I can. Yes, I can. Beautiful. That saves me. That saves my bacon. I shouldn't have grabbed the Hydreigon, but it's fine. Right. Oh wait, I can't evolve it this turn.
No,
right,
you won't be able to because you have to do it off the Grand Tree.
That's fine. That's fine. Because you can't attack anyway. That was a misplay by me, not the deck. I mean, like I say, you can't attack, but you could very easily, you know, get that thing going. I think logic decrees I Kaleido Waltz just to thin the deck out.
There you go.
That's
more
like it. We don't need to accelerate all this energy, but I'll take 4. So I can go 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Because that way I have a retreat.
Sure.
Like I said, the advantage is you cannot attack, but obviously that was a misplay by me. I shouldn't have grabbed the Hydreigon.
We're going to evolve into Salamence. I think we're fine to attach the energy here, and we will release determination.
Nice. Can I borrow that? I play 4. I play 4. You know, it's not like you know.
Get one of each.
Yep.
Bench Monkey Dory, and I think we're okay to just pass from here.
Okay. Right, so we will evolve to my Hydreigon. And our Lilies. I don't need to attach new upper. Okay, that's good. So we will attach Metal Energy to the Hydreigon. Bench a Dino. Body Poffin. Do I need this other Dino? No. I'll leave it in there, because once again, my tech is my other backup attacker is prized. Counter gain to the Dino. We will then retreat. into the Hydreigon EX, and we will Dark Bite for 200 damage and stop you from retreating.
Sure. Okay. So in that case, what I will do... Could do that. Okay.
You can attack now with that Blaziken.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna attach the turn on to Monkey Dory. I'm gonna Adrenabrain. I will
Probably
put
3 onto the Ordino if I had to guess.
3 onto the Ordino. Yeah, you're right.
I can know you very
I
well.
will evolve into Shelgon on the bench. Think we're okay to do that. So then I'll just Smolder Salt for 200 on the active.
Alrighty. Over to me. Let's see what we can do. Okay, that's not particularly helpful. Let's go for lilies. Ooh, okay. That doesn't get me what I need, but I can Grand Tree. Which thins the deck further. I can then...
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, the Grand Tree helps you, but like...
Yeah. I did misplay, so that's just something to bear in mind. I will then Sinister Surge. Put it on the Tox. There's a good reason why I'm doing that. I'll then Pokepad for my own Monkey Dory, but I don't have a Dark Energy for him yet. And yeah, we're just gonna Small Assault and Dark Bite for 200 damage and take out the Blaziken.
Yep.
Taking 2 prize cards.
Okay. I will...
Okay, there's some recovery at least. I needed that off the prize cards.
I think I'll promote the Salamence. Okay, so let me work this out here.
Now that I know your A-Spec is Grand Tree, that does mean no near upper energy, which is good, because Dragon Impact is quite cumbersome, which explains the Blaziken package.
Okay, we will...
Rock you?
Yeah.
That's what hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that joke, but probably not. I don't make any money from this channel.
Let's bench Meowth.
Yep, I had a feeling that'd be in there.
Stitch catch.
I wonder what else last ditch cards we're gonna get. Just had a thought about it, to be honest.
I think we definitely grab that this turn. So I'm gonna grab Crispin.
We're getting a Wide Blast.
Crispin.
You can Wide Blast at the very least.
Go here.
Which is bad news for me.
I will then attach Water for turn.
Yep.
And yeah, we are going to Wide Blast.
Take out the Mega Ordino.
Knocks out the Mega Ordino.
Nice.
And
so that's 3 prize cards for you. Alright, well you're going to hate me for this next turn.
Sure.
Oh, that's if obviously I can get things going. So, actually, does it matter if I do that? Let's have a look first. So, Ultra Ball away, double candy. Okay. My other attacker is prize fudge. But I am taking 3 prize cards this turn, and you'll see how in a moment. Right. I think I just grab a monkey to thin it from the deck. I'll then Night Stretcher back the Fez to get some draw. Night Stretcher back the Dark Energy. Fez for 3. Okay. Yeah, we kind of... I can either hit the Salamence, but like I don't gain anything from it. Or I can do this. I can boss the Meowth.
I thought that would be coming.
And we will Dark Bite for 200 damage, taking out the Meow. But obviously Greedy Eater, because it's a basic Pokemon, I take 3 prize cards. Delicious.
Okay.
Finally got my other attackers out the prize cards. Finally did. Finally did.
I'll get another Salamence on the bench.
Yep.
Let me see. I think we definitely swing into active. So I will attach.
Doesn't matter what energy, at the very least.
No. And I will Lilies.
Oh, that means I have game.
And then I will go. Well, have you got boss?
I've got boss with Toxtricity on your Monkey Dory for 200 damage because of weakness. So that's why I set up the Toxtricity, because I can still take out your monkey for game. I have boss in hand. And even then, I believe there's another Dark Energy left in deck. I can even do it with Hydreigon. Hydreigon boss. And obviously you've got no damage to move around, so I think...
No. I think that'll be it then. Because obviously I can take a knockout on the active.
Yeah. Can I at least Gentle Slap the game? That would be funny.
Well, I'm just thinking, hold on. Because that's not going to make any difference. No, I'll just scoop. Like,
I want a Gentle Slap, please. It's funny. Aww. Well, the folks at home can imagine me bossing with Gentle Slap for games, so, you know, I could have even done it on a Torchic, obviously it does 100 damage. But there we go.
Yeah.
The Greedy Eater, taking that 3 prize cards, was what won me that, because I managed to get a second boss.
I think if I hadn't... I mean, I had to do that turn.
You did,
I wasn't swinging, but, yeah.
But no, that was good. A good redemption arc for Hydreigon. Can it keep it up? Let's go to a game 3. And welcome back to game 3. That was a really fun second game, but this time my sister is once again going first. Obviously, I've got the coin flip, but I'm just going to click it and see what happens.
Yeah, this is a going first format for the most part.
So yeah, you're going first. I've clicked the coin for you. You know what? I think this deck, even though it's a bit clunky... Oh, you're gonna see the other backup attacker because I have a You haven't seen it yet.
No, and my obviously game's loading.
Yeah, you don't have a mulligan, so
no, I don't.
Yeah, you're gonna get to see it in the mulligan now.
Really?
The Terra Hydreigon, yeah.
And the Harlequin, I noticed that.
Yeah, the Harlequin is
you mulligan twice. Yeah.
I like Harlequin. I prefer Harlequin as hand disruption, to be fair.
Yeah. Right, well, this is going to be a great turn 1. Attach. Pass.
Oh, don't worry. Mine's not going to be much better. Never mind. Dawn.
Never mind. Top that Dawn.
Yep, pretty much. We'll grab Zwilus and we'll third one of the Hydreigons out. So I'll bench a Dino. Attach to Ordino, counter gain to Dino, Kaleido Waltz.
Yeah.
1, 2. I'll take 2. That's more than enough. So we'll go Dark, Psychic Metal. Bop, 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 bop. Your turn, sis.
Okay, well, let me see what I draw here. Okay, fine.
There's a reason for the evil laugh.
We'll grab that. This, I think. Maybe.
The folks at home know why the evil laugh is commencing.
Go for that. So we'll go Bagon, Shelgon, Blaziken EX.
Yep.
Bench the Bagon. Rare Candy Blaziken.
Yep.
Attach return. And we'll get some
Also,
damage
200, yeah, why not? Well, you are gonna hate me for this one.
Have you also got rare candy Hydreigon?
I do, but not just any Hydreigon.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to retreat into the Hydreigon EX, and we will Obsidian, hitting the Blaziken for 130 and taking out the Bagon.
Sure.
He's in the deck for a reason. I love this card. It's just such a shame it's not a very meta card. The attack is just so good.
Okay, we're going to bench Fez, and we will... I guess I kind of have to do lilies.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, kinda have to.
Yeah, alright. Bench a Torchic. Flip the script. Cool. Jamming Tower, not that it does anything.
No.
Right now,
I'm ahead on prizes.
And I will...
You can't Smart Assault.
No.
Oh, that's why I had the evil laugh. I had both Hydreigons, because obviously I did Dawn for the Dark Hydreigon. But realistically, it makes more sense to use this one in this moment.
Yeah, I think I'll just attach to here. I don't think it really matters, because you're probably going to take it out anyway.
You bet I am. Psychic Energy, not too relevant. I'll just attach it to there so I have something. And we will Obsidian, hit the Blaziken, take out the Bagon, and take out the Torchic. Taking 2 prize cards.
Oh,
Hydreigons
wow.
are backing each other up.
Annoying that you're using this one though, but it's fine.
It made sense. I mean, I'm playing one of the best energy accelerations on a Pokemon known in the game. You know, why not?
Yeah, but I can't really do a lot.
That's not my problem.
Doing that.
You should play the Shaman. You know me. I love this card.
Yeah, but when you're already using a Hydreigon, why would you use that one as well?
Well, it's still a Hydreigon.
Okay. This is such a bad position to be in.
Yeah, it's not looking good for you.
Okay. I do have a funny play.
Well, let's see it.
That's if I have enough energy, so I'm gonna do that first, I think.
We're gonna attack with a Fez and take out the Mega Ordino by any chance.
You bet.
I appreciate that. No, I respect the hustle.
Let me just double check.
You've got an energy.
Yeah, I definitely have one.
Yeah.
Saving Spirit.
Do the funny play and take out my Mega Ordino for 3 prizes. You might as well.
Retreat the Blaziken
Into the Fez. We both don't have boards. We just have hopes and dreams.
Well, you keep wiping out my board with an overpowered guy, and then I'm just cruel arrowing all over the place.
That's true. That's true. Alright, I'm going to bench Blood Moon. I'm going to attach a Dark Energy to my Blood Moon. I'll play the Puffin, just have a look in the deck, because I might need... I mean, to be fair, I say might need a second Hydreigon. I don't think I will, so I'll just thin the Puffin. And we'll just Obsidian.
Yep, because it's incredibly broken.
I'm using the same evolution line.
Oh, yeah, but I've got no chance when you keep board wiping all the little guys.
Again, you know I love this card.
Well, I have no way to take 3 prize cards, so you win because you... Oh, God.
There's nothing in the rules saying that we can't use similar EX cards from the same evolution line.
No, but come on.
We'll let the folks at home decide if I was allowed to use this Hydreigon. I think I am, because, you know, it's one of my favourite cards. I really wish it was meta. But, yeah, when you get this guy set up, thanks to Kaleido Waltz, clearly it's kind of busted. Especially when your opponent doesn't really do... Well, to be fair, we both weren't really doing much. But you know, Kaleido Waltz is
I
just
wouldn't.
busted.
I would. For the record, my hand there would have been great if you weren't taking out the little guys. I had everything.
Well, once the Hydreigon got set up, that wasn't the case. But anyway, we're gonna go to the deck list now. I'm probably gonna have to deal with a Salty Sister in the meantime, but that's standard. See you in a moment. So here's my list for the Hydreigon from White Flare. And as you saw in Game 3, I decided to play not only one of my favourite cards, but also a very cracked card when you consider this, you know, this deck list in general. Obviously, when it came to building this deck, I already had a Mega Ordino deck already built, but it wasn't for Hydreigon, it was another card. And I thought, well, it shouldn't be too difficult to convert it into a, you know, a Hydreigon 1. So that's exactly what I did. I did keep a 2/2 Toxel or Toxtricity line just as a backup. We also had Monkey Door in here, but we didn't use Monkey Door at all during the games. You'll notice there's a few cards missing from this list, such as Energy Switch. There's also, you know, like something like Brute Bonnet would be really good in this list, but obviously, you know, I have Blood Moon, I have the Hydreigon EX from Surging Sparks as well. I didn't want to go too overboard on like backup attackers. Because obviously the main backup attacker for this deck, believe it or not, was actually the Blood Moon. Because Blood Moon was meant to be sort of a late game finisher after I've obviously taken a few Dark Bite Greedy Eater KOs. But Blood Moon was sat in the prize cards pretty much for 2 of the 3 games, and the Hydreigon EX, which we saw in Game 3, that was sitting in the prize cards for 2 of the 3 games. So my prizing was quite bad in all of the games apart from the last one, but thankfully the deck did redeem itself. So of course we're playing 3 Dinos, 2 Zweilous, 2 Hydreigon EXs from White Flare, and of course the Hydreigon EX from Surging Sparks. Then 2 Toxel, 2 Toxtricity. Obviously we do have the option to call for family, which is why there's a much higher Dark Energy count. Call for family is busted because we can go into Dino and obviously grab something like Monkey Dory, or we can grab double Dino. We could also grab Fez, Mega Ordino if we're struggling to find Ordino, which, funnily enough, we was not struggling to find Ordino, and I thought it was the one thing we were going to struggle to find in this list, because, as you'll notice, no Brox, we only have 1 Dawn, but it clearly worked out in my favour. But yes, obviously we have 2 Mega Ordinos from the Ascended Heroes set. This is a card I've been really wanting to tinker with, and, well, I thought, well, I've already got a base shell, why not turn it into a Hydreigon list, and it worked relatively well. I mean, Game 1 was not exactly a strong start, but once I was able to get going, this list really just kept on trucking. Then, of course, 2 Monkeys, 1 Fez, and of course 1 Blood Moon Ursaluna as my primary backup attacker, but of course we did have the Hydreigon. Then, of course, we have 4 Lilies, which it felt like I was not playing 4 Lilies, but I'm sure my sister can agree. She wasn't playing 4 Lilies, it felt like. 2 Boss, 2 Hilders to obviously find us our Near Upper Energy and other energy sort, and of course a Evolution Pokemon. 2 Harlequin. I've always preferred Harlequin instead of Judge. I don't know what it is. It's more of a funny card. And obviously if you get a Heads, you draw 5, they draw 3, and if they get a Tails, well, if you get a Tails, they draw 5, you draw 3. It's sort of like a worse Judge in some cases, but sometimes it can benefit you, so I've always preferred Harlequin. 1 Crispin, this is just for emergency energy acceleration, because obviously I'm not always going to get the Mega Ordino established, but clearly Mega Ordino wanted to be the star of the show today. And then, of course, 1 Dawn to obviously grab my, you know, Space 6, Stage 1, Stage 2s. Obviously, we can. One of the most busted combos you can do is go for a Dino, Toxtricity, and then a Hydreigon if you already have a Toxel down. I wish I'd have played 2 Dawn, but I didn't really need it. Then, of course, 4 Body Poffins, 3 Ultra Balls, 3 Night Stretchers, 3 Rare Candies. Obviously, I didn't know that my sister was going to play Grand Tree as a race spec, otherwise I probably wouldn't have bothered playing any candies, but in Game 3, if I'd have done that strategy, I wouldn't have won, but, you know. Then, of course, 1 Pokepad. This is just good for, you know, searching out Toxel or Toxtricity, Monkey Dory, Zweilous, etc., just in case we need it in a pinch. 1 Air Balloon. This was more for the Toxtricity, just in case we do get gusted. 1 Counter Gain, but works on both Hydreigons, so I thought, why not? Also works on Tox, same with a few others. And obviously Monkey Dory with the Psychic Energy, which was playing anyway, can attack as well. Then, of course, 8 Dark, 3 Psychic, 2 Metal, and 1 Neo Upper, which we did use Neo Upper, but it was sitting pretty on the bench on a Hydreigon from White Flare. Overall, I did enjoy this list. I do think it has some critical flaws, though. I was really struggling for draw power. The energy acceleration was really good, but I don't think you need a 2-2 Toxtricity line. I think you could cut that down. Maybe add some more Harlequin for obviously both hand destruction and draw on your end. One card that could be possibly pretty good in here is a second copy of Dawn, which I think would be really good. I also don't think I needed Neo Upper in most of my games, so you could probably change that for Unfair Stamp, and that would probably just give you an extra, out to that. Or if you wanted to be especially horrible, you go for Hero's Cape, but we'll gloss over that. So, what did you think to the list, sis? Although I'm pretty certain I know the answer.
I mean, the fact that the other Hydreigon EX is in this is still criminal for me. Obviously, that's because I was on the receiving end of it. I think, yeah, I agree with you on the Neo Upper front because you were pretty lucky with the Mega Ordino flips as well, especially in that final game. No, but in that final game,
in the final game, yeah, especially
that was, but
was
obviously you're giving up free prize cards. It's only got what 270 HP, which is quite squishy for a free prizer. So against like other decks that aren't in this sort of realm, if you like, that Mega Ordino is just an easy free prize cards for your opponent. The Toxicity stuff is good, and then obviously you Monkey Dory it back. I think if you don't go down the Mega Ordino route, you definitely up your Crispin count, and I agree that you should probably. I think you should play 2 Dawn as well in a list like this when you've got so many stage 1s and stage 2s in your deck. But yeah, I mean, obviously game 1 it didn't really work out. Game 2 was a lot more fun, and game 3,
game 3, yeah.
If it would be a completely different story if you didn't have all the flips, right? So.
Well, even with just 2 heads flips, because obviously did I get 3 in the last game? I think I got I got 2. I got 2. So even though I only got 2, I was still able to completely set up Obsidian with just 2 Dark, a Metal, and a Psychic. It's insane energy acceleration, and the fact that Hydreigon could obviously come in and start doing Obsidian. Obviously, I didn't play 3 boss. I was going to, and I think you probably could get away with playing 3 boss. But the fact that you have the option to Obsidian in this list as well is absolutely bonkers. And as we saw, it worked out in my favour.
Well, obviously the point of this series is to use terrible EXs. And I think it's safe to say that apart from, the Meowth thing in game 2, I don't think the other Hydreigon really did anything for you. I think if anything, if you're going to go away and play a Hydreigon list, you can just replace the 2 terrible ones for the Obsidian one because it just works better.
Yeah, I'd still want to play one of the White Flare one. It can be good in certain matchups, so I'd probably still play one of them.
I just think that 5 energy in this day and age is way too much for an attack.
Mega Zygarde. But
wow. But he's got really good consistent energy acceleration.
Which is kind of why I went with the Mega Ordino, but you know what? Even though we didn't use the Hydreigon EX from White Flare as much, obviously game 1 I didn't really get to do anything, so that didn't really help. The fact that in game 2 the Greedy Eater did make such a difference against that Meowth was what really set it apart. And like I said, this is why I wanted the Double Trouble, as I'm calling them, because having both Hydreigons just is cracked, and well, yeah, we'll leave it at that, because we're waffling on a bit too much here. So, we're going to go to my sister's deck list and see what she cooked up.
Okay, so this is my Salamence EX deck. And I paired it up with the Blaziken Seething Spirit package. I just think that, it kind of made sense with having the fire energy, being able to just bring it back. Obviously, this is our first video as well in the post-rotation format, so there was a lot of potential avenues that I could go down with this.
Well, first post-rotation video that was not recorded before Perfect Order, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you know what
just thought I'd clarify, because obviously some may get a bit confused why we're not playing like Meowth and stuff.
Yeah, so I played Meowth in this. Again, I just think that Last Ditch Catch is such a good effect. I think, obviously, in Game 2, I kind of needed to do that to swing. I recall that I didn't have much else going on in my hand, so I kind of had to give you that. But, in normal circumstances, Meowth, you'd use it as a last-ditch thing to get what you need, hence the ability name. Anyway, This Salamence is okay. Like, I don't think you'll see a Salamence EX deck at your locals, but, you know, as I kind of alluded to, it's pretty good in Expanded. But anyway, I went for a 4-4-3 line, just to be consistent with the Grand Tree setup. I did also play 2 copies of Rare Candy because if I can go aggro with either one of these lines, it's really helpful. Especially the Blaziken as well. Just being able to attack for 200 and then, you know, potentially Wide Blast can clean up some damage, plus Monkey Dory. There was a lot of avenues of, you know, spreading damage and swinging into things. But yeah, I went for a 2-1-2 line with the Blaziken, mainly because obviously I wanted the Salamence going for the most part. But also, like I say, I've got the Rare Candy to make up for the fact I'm only running 1 Combuskin. Double Monkey, I think that just makes sense. I didn't really 100% know what you would be going for, but obviously I knew that your terrible Hydreigon wouldn't be one-shotting my big EXs, so being able to just move some of that damage back was pretty beneficial. And obviously Fez for some extra draw. Supporter-wise, 4 Lily, 3 Crispin, 2 Dawn, 2 Boss. The Lilies is because it's like the best draw support in the game. Crispin to accelerate energy. Dawn to find all the pieces if we can't find Grand Tree. And Boss is self-explanatory. 4 Puffin, 3 Pokepad, 3 Ultra Ball. That's kind of our search. Obviously, Torchic and Bagon are both 70 HP, so easy to get off the Puffin. Pokepad can get us anything that we really need apart from the EXs. And obviously, Ultra Ball searches for everything. 2 Rare Candy, as I said. 2 Night Stretcher, just in case. I wasn't 100% sure what sort of text Joe would include, but I went for 2 Jamming Tower, 1 Grand Tree. The thing with stadiums at the minute as well is that, like, there's only really a couple of good ones. I could have gone down the Risky Ruins route. I could have also teched in, like, Watchtower in case Joe also had Meowth. But obviously with us losing stadiums like Artisan, Artisan being the big one. Yeah, that I would say is the big one. Obviously we have stuff like Area Zero and stuff like that, but I'm not playing Terra, so I can't do that. And then yeah, energy wise, 4 fire, 4 water, 2 dark, 2 ignition. I think this was again fine. Ignition was mainly for either doing
Early
the wide blast or
I would
dragon
say,
impact. Yeah, it was very aggressive in the early game. Now, obviously, you probably think, well, for dragon impacts, you could play boomerang, but the issue with boomerang is that I would have to like do potentially like 2 Crispins and an attachment or something along those lines. I'm really tired. But I just thought Ignition was a bit more aggressive to be able to either Wide Blast or Dragon Impact after a Crispin, potentially. Or obviously with the Blaziken, we have the Seething Spirit, so you could go, you know, Crispin for the water, Seething Spirit the fire, Ignition, and Dragon Impact. Like, that was my sort of theory.
It's a really good build. My only main criticism is
the stadiums for me is
not
where I think this could improve.
That wasn't what I was going to say. I was going to say, where the hell are your Chorus's tenacities? I mean, you've got Stadium Search in that, you've got Ignition Energy Search in that, you know.
I think the issue with Chorus's tenacity is what do you cut? Like, you could probably cut a Jamming Tower for 1, but then apart from Meowth, how are you consistently getting it? And I think this is the thing with the new format, is that if you don't play Meowth or Pokegear to a sufficient number, like having one of supporters in the deck, you know,
gets a little bit trickier.
Is a little bit trickier. Like, there's a lot of lists that play, like, for example, a one-off Briar, but they play Meowth, so they can play Meowth very late into the game to find that one-off supporter if it's not prized. And I think that's a good way of going about it, obviously. It's almost like we're back to, obviously, Luminion with Brilliant Stars format onwards, obviously.
Meowth will never beat Luminion, is all I'm saying. Aqua Return, cracked attack.
Yeah, that's also true. But anyway, in short, I was happy with my list. If you wanted to play this, go ahead. Like I say, I think the main area of focus for me would be the stadiums. But again, I wasn't 100% sure what Joe was going to bring, so I thought Jamming Tower was like the safest one because I'm not playing tools, so it doesn't really affect me. But you could always flex those stadium spots to your local meta, or obviously in the future if we get some broken tools that I don't know. Anyway, in short, I'm happy with the list. It's just a shame that Game 3, I just couldn't set up. And again, the shaming is a spot that you could give to a card. Again, at this point, you'd probably just take out a Jamming Tower. Like, everything else is, I'd say, almost non-negotiable because you're not consistently setting up otherwise. Like, I think
I agree with that.
I think that kind of showed in Game 3 as well. Like, I can set up my board very well with this build. It's just a shame that I didn't protect the board, But
obviously, you wasn't to know I was to play one of my favourite cards of all time. But anyway, we're going to leave it at that for today. I really hope you enjoyed seeing our first proper deck video after, our deck showdown with the Wheel of Pain. And obviously after Poked Order. Really enjoyed this one. Obviously, we both had Stage 2 Pokemon, so we had a lot to figure out. And to say we both weren't confident, I think both our builds did really well. But anyway, we'll leave you all to it for today, and we'll see you next time.